wages working hard. I pray to the stars and heaven above to return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
Before we jump in here, Cutter, it's customary to observe a moment of silence for a departing shipbreaker. You'll soon learn this type of thing doesn't happen very often up here. Okay. Well, my name is Will. I'll be your eyes and ears when you're in the yard. Used to be a cutter myself until there were some, complications with one of my clone jobs, but never you mind about that. Let's get to work. Go ahead and open your work order, and let's get started. You ever want to pay off your debt like Sullivan did? It's all about completing your work orders. numbers are tough for most worms to wrap their heads around because most of you have never spent time in zero-G. We call them rolls. Give them a shot. All right, Cutter. Your training ship is right there in the middle of the yard. Let's talk about the grapple tool for a moment, shall we? Specifically, how you use it. Now, you can pull things towards you using the grapple's reel ability. If you reel in an object that's lighter than you, you'll pull that object towards you. But if you reel in an object that's heavier than you, well, you're going to pull yourself towards it. Once you've grabbed the antenna with your grapple, your HUD tells you where you should put it. You've got furnaces and processors on the left and right, while the barge is underneath the ship. Well, congratulations there, Cutter. Your very first pieces of salvage. Bingo. Just got the go-ahead from Control to unlock your cutting tool. You may now equip the Stinger head mount. I'm uploading the final work order objective required to complete your certification rank 1 training, and yep, you guessed it. Let's get them nacelles on the barge with them new tools of yours. Now make sure you don't let your cutter overheat while you're slicing away. You can hear it chirp when it's just about to overheat, or you can keep an eye on the temperature gauge in the lower right of your HUD.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
That's what it's all about, Cutter. The more work orders you complete, the closer you get to hitting your certification quotas. Go ahead and see where you're at on earning your first cert. Earning certs gives you access to better upgrades and perks for your tools, gear, and equipment, as well as access to more valuable ships back in your hab. Speaking of which, let's mosey on over to your personal habitation unit right now, because that's what you do when you finish your shift. You didn't think Lex made you sleep out here in the yard, did you? Weaver out. Top of the morning to you, Cutter. As you know by now, this is your hat. I know it feels a bit flat right now, but I hear Lynx is looking into fixing it up real nice for you sometime in the near future. Anyway, good. Now let's get back to the yard so you can try this sucker out. Alright, Cutter, another shift, another credit. Today's goal is to complete your certification rank 2. And in order to do that, we're going to have to light up that new split saw mode you've just upgraded in the hab. Go ahead and equip it now. Nice work there, Cutter. It's time to take the training wheels off and let you loose on this thing. My advice is to knock out your work order first, and then see if you can salvage every last bit of the training vessel. We call it using the whole buffalo. Waste not, want not, right, Cutter? Go get 'em, Tiger. We were out.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. New certification level awarded. License upgraded. Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Deposit accepted.
Nice job, Cutter. Now get back to your halves and your shift and spend them shiny new Lynx tokens on upgrading your gear. We wrap. Well, congratulations on completing certification rank 2 there, Cutter. Now that you've proven you kind of know what you're doing out there, Lynx has a present for you. Go ahead and make your way to the equipment upgrade screen and let's see what we see. Repeat after me, Cutter. Tethers are your friends. Let's select your next ship and head out into the future. Alright, Cutter, this here macro is stripped down, but there's still plenty there for us to sink our teeth into, such as how we're going to deal with the pressurized areas. But before we get into all that, let's try out your tethers. Your tethers are far stronger than the line on your grapple. Use them when you're trying to move objects that are much heavier than you are. Also, tethers stack, meaning the more you use, the stronger the pull you get out of them. If you put them in the right place, that is. Nice work, Cutter. Like I said, tethers are your friends. Once you get the hang of them, you can get pretty creative with how you use them. Alright, now for the fun stuff. And when I say fun, I mean incredibly dangerous. Next, we're going to learn about pressurization. According to Lynx, decompression events are the #1 cause of death, and as a result, cloning. Let's see if we can crack into this ship without making her pop. See that airlock over there? Let's go check it out. Alright, let's open up your scanner and see what we see. Using airlocks is always a good idea, but there may be times later when you encounter ships without functioning airlocks. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, Cutter. For now, let's get inside. Alright, let's see if there's a way to depressurize this sucker so we can get to work on it. Look for an atmosphere regulator. If it's working, this device will let us depressurize the room safely. You don't want to trigger a violent decompression, believe me. Now, sometimes you're going to want to depressurize a ship violently. If you don't want to get sucked through a 1-inch hull fracture, use your hands to grab onto any nearby surface. Just make sure it's nailed down. Alrighty, I'm lighting up your work order with the rest of the objectives for this ship. There she is, the reactor. That's your meal ticket right there, Cutter. Alright, this one's pretty easy. She should just slide out of her coolant casing with a good yank from your grapple. But before you do that, it's always a good idea to clear a path for her straight to the barge, because once you pull it, she starts melting down. And when it comes to reactors, you never know how many ticks you got till she goes boom. Alright. The way you complete your work order from here on out is entirely up to you. Let's show Lynx O'Weaver still knows how to turn worms into shipbreakers, alright? Good luck, Cutter. Weaver out.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. New certification level achieved. License level increased. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Well, Cutter, looks like you can manage on your own for a bit, which is good, because I just found another worm on a salvage station on the other side of Earth Village. Just a reminder that your training amounts for O2, tethers, and fuel will be reset once you start your next shift. I'll be back to check in on you from time to time, but until then, remember this. Measure twice, cut once, and tethers are your friends. Good luck out there, Cutter. Weaver out.